You guys want to know something kind of crazy about how Jesus taught? So, neuroscience figured out why his teaching style rewires people faster. So, Jesus, he didn't speak in parables just to sound poetic. He spoke that way because metaphors, they bypass resistance, and it softens your ego and can just slip truth past the brain's defenses. And so, if Jesus stood on a hill and he said, "You're selfish and you're spiritually blind," people would just shut down. And so instead, he would say, "Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye but ignore the plank in your own?" It's the same truth, it's just a different effect on the brain. Literal speech gets processed, but the metaphor, the brain then experiences it. When Jesus said, "I am the vine and you are the branches," your brain doesn't just hear that, it visualizes it, it feels it, and integrates it. That's why neuroscience says that metaphor is one of the fastest ways to form neural pathways. Parables, they take abstract and truth and hook it into everyday life. So, soil and seeds, fishing, bread, light, and your brain goes, "Oh, I know this," which then speeds up learning and retention and application. And one of the wildest parts is that metaphor, it forces you to discover truth yourself. So when Jesus asked, "Who do you say I am?" he wasn't asking for validation, he was triggering identity formation. Your brain rewires faster when you arrive at insight instead of being told what to think. Psychology, they call this self-generated revelation. Scripture was just doing it first. And so even trauma research confirms this. People absorb truth better indirectly than through confrontation. And Jesus was literally using therapeutic learning before therapy even existed, which is really cool. And Hebrew theology itself is imagery based. Breath is spirit, shepherd, Messiah, missing the mark, sin. God wired the mind that way. Jesus simply taught in the language of the brain. Now, the reason why metaphors change people so fast is because transformation doesn't come through information, it comes through meaning. And so metaphors, they activate your imagination, which then evolves emotion, it lights up memory, it just lowers your resistance and helps you create ownership, which then accelerates the rewiring. And so basically, in neuroscience terms, metaphors create a multisensory neural binding, which is the quickest form of neuroplastic change. Jesus was literally teaching neuroplasticity before scientists even knew synapses existed.